tough. Affliction Clothing and Southwest Airlines, grab your bag, it's on. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the 3 judges at ringside scoring this bout: Adelaide Bird, Glenn Hamada, and Herb Santos. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Joe Cortez. And now, this is the rematch we've all been waiting for. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green with red and white. Official weight, 126 pounds. Professional record, 28 victories, including 20 knockouts against 4 defeats with 1 bout even. He is the fighting pride of Houston, Texas, the challenger, Ricardo Juarez. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with blue trim, official weight, also 126 pounds. From Semarang, Indonesia, here is the reigning and defending WBA Featherweight Champion of the World, Chris the Dragon John.
All right, Chris. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in that dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Punches here are good. Punches here are good. Any questions here? Any questions? All right, good luck, gang. Remember, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.
We've heard those words a few times, referee Joe Cortez, for this fascinating rematch of an intense battle back in February. The skillful Chris John and the tough Rocky Juarez. They shared the spoils that night. Bit of controversy. Some felt John did enough. Now time to really find out who is superior. John has never tasted defeat before in a 44-fight, 11-year crusade, and they're just starting to find out about him in this side of the world. And Jim, for Juarez, it's a last chance, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, Juarez has spent his career in a tough time and in a tough division, and he always seemed just a little bit short of the cream in that division, and it's no great disgrace. So he's come up short a couple of times. Okay, got a draw last time here, so I wonder, was that the huge effort that he had in him, or can he come back tonight and give it a little bit extra that he's going to need? Find out now.
That was in Texas, in his home. Maybe he was buoyed by the fans, but he said he's really ready and he will grasp this opportunity. Dreamt of becoming a world champion, the popular all-action Texan.
See, I think he is. He's a good all-rounded pro, but he's not exceptional in any one department. So I wonder, will he need something special? I mean, John is classy, he's difficult, he has an upward style at times, he's very mobile. But certainly Juarez has started a lot quicker this time than he did last time. That's a good sign.
That's what his manager, Shelley Finkel, was telling us the other day. He has to start quickly, Rocky Juarez. He came on well late last time, but he gave too many rounds away to John.
And John claims he had something that's some sort of infection last time, which is why he faded. Don't know if there's any truth in that. We tend to hear excuses after every defeat or poor performance. But if he wasn't firing in all cylinders that night, then maybe Juarez will have more problems than he expects.
John's quietly spoken, but he did have a terrific camp in Big Bear, sparring the likes of Jackson Asiku.
John was holding there through that little exchange. Cortez didn't have anything to say about it. Lovely punches. Just some classy left hooks, lovely right hand there as well from John.
Crisp combination. Always the sweet science. That's his game, Chris John.
A nice little feints there before he goes to work. He's guilty of holding though. Holding a bit of showmanship, holding Juarez and then looking over his own shoulder. So he certainly doesn't lack confidence, but some nice classy punches in between times in the opening round here. Uppercut again from him.
Juarez close. That's where he does his best work, especially with the left hook to the body. Whipping that in on John. And a deep breath from the Indonesian star back home in Jakarta.
Cook Indian.
Keep going the way you're going. Look for the right hook to the ribs.
The 30-year-old Chris John with Craig Christian in his corner. They've been together for all his 11 defences of this WBA title.
Yeah, we saw some classy punching from him, some nice left hooks, the uppercut through the middle there. Juarez pressing forward, but didn't really make an impact.
The seasoned world champion Chris John in the predominantly white shorts with the white boots and the green of Ricardo Rocky Juarez from Houston. He's won 28 of 33. Just falling short at the final hurdle, was desperately unlucky in that first encounter with Marco Antonio Barrera. But he needs to have his night. Can it all come together?
Yeah, and I was really disappointed with Juarez and the returns with Barrera. I mean, okay, maybe he was solved out, maybe he couldn't get started, but he just didn't seem to be at it that night.
Good body shot from Chris John, who finds the gaps and the openings. No one has ever beaten him. Got the better. He's got to win over Juan Manuel Marquez and Derek Smoke Gaynor. Very competent.
We often wondered, was it because he was boxing over on that side of the world where the judges doing him favours? But now that we have seen him box, we know he's a classy operator, not an easy man to beat.
Body shot again. He says this time he intends to make a statement and probably even stop Juarez. Always had a good chin, hasn't he, the Texan, though?
I think John, to be holding this early in a fight up close, the danger there. Cortez could maybe be on his case here. Good job from John.
Whipping in the punches. Quick, beautiful, say the corner of Chris John.
Not enough head movement. If Juarez wants to come forward, he's going to have to do so with a little bit more head movement.
Been boxing for 25 years, Chris John, since the age of 5. Also an expert in martial arts as well. Natural sportsman. That wiry body, that precise punching.
Well, Juarez is certainly committing himself here. Trying to go forward, trying to get close, but he's been nullified when he gets there up close. So I think John has learned a lot of the tricks. He just has to be careful, I feel, with the holding up close.
Trying to get the jab out, Juarez, who was an excellent amateur, won silver at the Olympics. It's been a bit disappointing as a pro, a bit one-paced and gets caught by a right hand to the head.
So I just think it's another round where the classier punches have come from the champion.
Stay there all the time. Move up a little bit, let him walk into your jab. Move up a little bit, let him step in, walk in, step into your jab.
Watching Chris John, world featherweight champion. And there's Ronnie Shields leading the corner of Rocky Juarez, the challenger.
I'm looking for you. Okay, the jab is down.
Well, first time around between these two, all the judges scored it 114 to 114. A total draw. Good start, though, from Chris John to this one. He's probably taken the first couple, Jim.
Yeah, I just think the classier work. Juarez, to his credit, started a lot quicker in this one. Touch coming forward, but his head's a little bit too stationary. He's walking onto the jab, doing a little bit of damage up close to the body. But these are not really eye-catching punches. There you have John again looking to hold. Cortez is going to have to be on his case here. And Juarez is the man trying to get close, trying to get punches off, and he's been held.
John caught Juarez with a slashing right at the end of the second, and there's some swelling underneath the left eye of Juarez, who bundles his way forward. He's got to be technically smarter tonight, hasn't he, Juarez?
I think he's doing the right things, trying to get close, trying to work the body. But it's a bit frustrating when everything you do up close is being nullified. See, John, you can see how difficult he is to face. Good movement, nice little feints before he gets the punches off. Missing a bit in this round, though.
Juarez promised to give it absolutely everything. The 29-year-old. Long raking shots from Chris John. It's developing well, though.
See, Juarez maybe just not enough thought in what he's doing. Just a little bit predictable, just walking forward, trying to grind a classy operator down. So maybe just a little bit of imagination required. So he didn't really get anything of any substance off there.
The right hand from John. Looks a bit tense in his shoulders, always, Rocky Juarez. But a lot of upper body movement. You probably need that with that sort of style.
Well, if they feel that John does have a stamina problem after the previous meeting, they've done the right thing. They've set a real hot pace. He's taken chances. I mean, he's been caught with the jabs and the little right hands. Here we go again. But maybe his plan is, again, to come on strong when he's taken everything away from John. But John still has a kind of smooth look about his boxing at the moment.
There's a lovely body shot that just went in, Jim, from the right hand of Chris John. Has to take a right hand himself, though. That's a bit of success for Rocky Juarez, and it'll give him confidence.
Yeah, I think the rounds are close. But I think in the three that's almost been completed, the classier stuff from the champion.
Going to stay in front of him, okay? And when we do, we're going to jab and jab and jab, but we're going to bring the jab back faster. We're going to be faster, in and out faster, all right? We're not bringing them back quick enough. We're getting a bit too cute. We want them in and out, all right? Everything off the
Looking for the jab as the place begins to pack out here at the MGM Grand. Been good to have the Chris John team around this week. They've been handed out caps, haven't they? Paraphernalia. They call him the Smiling Dragon. He always smiles outside the ring, Chris John, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's enjoying life, that's for sure. And he started nicely tonight, nice and relaxed. It suits him to have a man coming forward at him. He enjoys counter-punching, moving side to side. And that's classy stuff from him there.
Technically efficient from Chris John in fight number 45. Back comes Juarez, putting on the pressure, and he won't give up. That's what we do know about Juarez.
Well, he has the comfort of knowing this fella on it. I've seen last time good right hand from Juarez. That's much better.
Can he wear John down, Juarez, in this crucial career night for him?
See, just a little bit more imagination from Juarez. A little feint before you throw the punches. It's not good just walking straight forward, pumping punches out. I mean, he's doing better this round for sure, but there's a good right hand back from the champion.
It just steadies Juarez, and another one.
See, that was championship stuff there. Juarez had a bit of success. So just to try and put him back in his place, John comes out with that.
Sharp and accurate, Chris John, with these long punches. And the right hand, and he shakes his head, Rocky Juarez. They know each other so well now, Jim.
Well, I think we've seen the best of Rocky Juarez. What he's doing isn't really working, and I don't know that he's getting anything else, so he's just got to hope he can maybe draw the steam out of this fellow, because I don't think he can change his style at this stage in his career.
It's a good surge from Chris John, and it's accurate box punching and good ring movement as well around the much more static Juarez, who's not coming on a great deal in the fourth.
Started the round well, but wasn't able to sustain.
Oh, beautiful from Chris John. Super combination, lovely to watch.
And when I tell you to stop, I want you to stop. Okay, are there any questions or concerns at this time? Okay, good luck to you. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, Tom. All right, thank you.
Referee Tony Weeks with a more serious looking Floyd Mayweather. Excited about his ring return. He's heard those instructions 39 times before. So experienced. These two are pretty experienced, fighting for the WBA featherweight title at 9 stone. The green of the challenger Rocky Juarez, trying to get one over on Chris John. Spoils even when they met before, but John looking really good tonight, Jim.
Yeah, he's looking sharp, but he just looks to have that extra bit of ring craft that Juarez doesn't have. Juarez just a little bit predictable. He's certainly keeping the rounds close. He does have his successes, but the punches you seem to remember at the end of the 4 rounds completed have come from John.
Good body shot from Chris John. Back comes Juarez. That's his best part of his arsenal, Juarez, but he's just too static.
There's no head movement whatsoever as he moves forward. There's not a little feint, a threat. You know, nothing to confuse such a well-schooled champion. Just a little bit too predictable. Just trying to do it the hard way. I would like to see a bit more imagination in his work.
They tried to chase down Marco Antonio Barrera in their rematch, and Juan Manuel Marquez, and became one-sided in both of those, just being outboxed and outclassed. And he is here tonight by Chris John, who's putting on a show for the Vegas fans.
Again, John is holding Juarez's arms. He's not quite so obvious out here. I mean, I thought earlier in the fight he could have been pulled up for that, but knows the tricks. Just another little thing you have to learn in this business. See, he's nullifying up close at the moment, not allowing Juarez to get the punches off. Nothing wrong with that, right enough.
Yep, that shows the knowledge that he's picked up over in the east. Now he comes west, and he says he's going to inflict the first stoppage ever on Rocky Juarez.
Lovely right hand, followed by the jab there from John. I mean, Juarez is pumping out the punches. He's putting what he can into this. But again, the classy stuff coming from the other corner.
And Juarez has 20 knockouts in his 28 wins, so can punch, but he's just being out-punched and outmaneuvered by Chris John, who's boxing quite beautifully.
Well, certainly no dip in Juarez's pace, so if he's got himself in shape to continue at this pace, he's still out with a shout here.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, famous faces at ringside. Lawrence Fishburne here tonight as well. Tommy Hitman Hearns we saw at the weigh-in. That was fantastic, wasn't it, Jim, to see the great man?
Yeah, always best. Good to see him looking so well as well. It looks as though he could step straight back into the ring again.
And a great deal of Mexicans here for this man.
Se boxeo cae, vaya a la esquina y crece allí. ¿Entiendes? Ok. existe acá en la protección.
Using his
de los
commander
bofos
languages.
hace pasar la acción. Okay. Questions again.
Juan Manuel Marquez. He's been relaxed all week, Jim. He really fancies this. Not many do.
Yeah, confidence, his own ability, and this is the night he's been waiting his whole career for.
Sixth round of this. Chris John dominant so far in the rematch with Rocky Juarez. But Juarez still driving forward, has bottle and heart aplenty, and will still believe. But he's surely got to change something here, Jim. Is he good enough to?
See, that's the problem. As I say, he's not exceptional in any aspect of the game, Juarez. That's his problem. He didn't have a little surprise up his sleeve at any time. You knew what you were getting, and that's how this one's unfolding. Chris John knew what to expect, and he's getting pretty much that. See, Juarez walking straight on to the jab here. He's keeping the rounds close. His aggression could be impressing maybe some of the judges, but I just think the quality stuff that you remember at the end of the round is coming from John. Juarez doing better at the start of this round. Again, having John holding up close. There he is, holding again. Cortez really should be having a word with John about the holding there. He's done that, but hardly a strict tailing off.
Ronnie Shields in the corner just by us, absolutely annoyed at Joe Cortez for letting Chris John hold. Remember Cortez, controversial when Ricky Hatton fought Floyd Mayweather, Jim.
Yeah, it was the opposite. He was jumping in as soon as they were close there. Although I think the seed had been planted in his brain long before the first bell. But right from the off, John has been spawning up close, forcing the referee to break them up, so he's in a little chant now. I wonder if that's because Ronnie Shields is calling across the ring to him, because he seems to have been missing it all the way through the first 5 rounds.
He's giving it a real go in this round, Juarez.
Yeah, no holding at the moment from John, so maybe a little chat from Cortez is what's required. A bit more effective here, Juarez.
Just bangs his fists together, and it was the second half where he really came on in February. It's pretty steely, Juarez. I mean, Barrera and Marquez couldn't stop him up at super featherweight.
And still no sign whatsoever that his pace is dipping. That could be the biggest problem that John has to face. If Juarez can maintain this pace, give anybody problems.
Could we see a repeat? John first half, Juarez second half. It's possible. Right hand from Juarez. Hands down of John. That might not be so intelligent. Yeah, good atmosphere here, people enjoying themselves, and they're hoping Marquez can pull off the upset. The money has been coming in slightly. Mexicans are in town, always fun. Important fight. This, though, Chris John and Rocky Juarez 2. John superior in the skills department, no doubt about that. Juarez so game, so strong, and so determined.
See, I always feel when you're in with tricky opponents, you don't just walk after them throwing punches with a little feints and the threats, get them to make the move first. And when you're in counter punches, you don't want to just walk straight forward leading, you know, in a kind of obvious manner. Juarez maybe just a sign of improvement in his work at the moment.
Good body shot. Thudded home from Juarez. That got a clap from Ronnie Shields. And those are the leading featherweights in the world, 1 and 2. Top notch.
Well, that was better, a tighter defence as he's going forward. If you're marching straight forward, your hands have to be high. Good uppercut from John. There he goes again.
Picked that well, and he does. Excellent exponent, isn't he?
Juarez taking his smoothness away a bit more as the rounds are progressing.
He has done that at a lower level against the likes of Emmanuel Lutero. Juan Ramirez beat Zahir Rahim and Gudi Espadas Juarez. It's just the World Championship nights.
Well, he has John looking uncomfortable certainly in this round. His hands are down as he backs off, looking to draw in his breath. Good shot from Juarez, working the body. I mean, these are kind of novice-like swings from John with the right hand here inside of the glove as well.
Some cuffing, but that wasn't. Lovely combination.
Those certainly were.
Lot of respect there between these two, who are now sharing their 19th session together in a ring.
Above head movement from Juarez as well there. That's certainly been called for. Just struggling to pin John down.
He needs to work that body, slow the legs and quick arms of Chris John. Better from Juarez. Important stage of the fight. Will the stamina and the engine begin to go of Chris John? Can Rocky Juarez come on really strong like he did first time around? Ronnie Shields a little bit annoyed with his charge. Shields so experienced with the likes of Evander Holyfield. He's trained. He brought Juan Lascano, didn't he, to England to fight Ricky Hatton. Good trainer.
Well, with Spielman boxing away from home, it's far better to come forward a little bit more than John has done in this one. I mean, I've appreciated and enjoyed his counter-punch boxing, but when rounds are close, especially over here, especially when you're the visitor, don't expect favours, so maybe he should be on the front foot a little bit more often.
Yeah, body shot from Juarez, and some of the American judges tend to go for aggression. And good skills there from Juarez with the jab. That's a reminder of how good he was as an amateur.
Yeah, John trying to come forward there, but not quite so comfortable doing that. Maybe counter-punching is his game.
It's another close, hard-fought affair between these two. We knew it would be.
Juarez's jab working a little bit better now. That's a sign the pace is slowing.
And not as smooth from John. The rhythm has become disjointed.
Juarez's hands a bit higher too, which is sensible. Block these jabs. He can't slip them. Good left hook from Juarez. making an impression now, that's for sure.
Yeah, lovely left to deliver that from Rocky Juarez. Back comes John, but defence tighter. Getting the gloves up. Trying to pot shot with the uppercut, John, but how are the legs? Juarez forcing John to work hard.
Yeah, looking a bit disjointed at the moment, John. Losing his balance when he misses with punches. Leaning on inside.
Close some of these rounds, no matter of what you like style-wise, maybe. It's Juarez nicking this, though. It's close, this, the 8th.
The main thing is Juarez has changed the pattern of the fight. That was important.
But he must be tightening this up. Rocky Juarez. It's really interesting to know how the judges are seeing this. They could be split, Jim.
Yeah, well, we've seen that already. Well, I still have Chris John a couple of points up, but the important thing for the Juarez camp is, on my card at least, he's won the last couple of rounds, so he's getting himself back into things here, taking the smoothness away from Chris John.
They've got to rev Rocky Juarez up. Shelley Finkel, his manager, was saying at the press conference, you know, there's only so many times I can pull the rabbit out of the hat and give him these chances. He's got to take one. Will he get another at 29, Rocky Juarez?
Well, I don't think you can fault Juarez for effort. If he comes up short again, then, I mean, it's not his fault. You can't ask for any more. He hasn't stopped coming forward, pumping the punches out. This fella was too cute for him in the early stages, but there's a little change in the pattern. So Juarez well in this.
Body shots from John, but this is a replica of what happened in Texas. First half, John, back came Juarez. Just complains there, John. Not that comfortable under fire with the pace.
I don't know what he was complaining. I don't know if maybe the forearm landed. It was certainly accidental, if that's what it was. He's trying to back off, just to find himself a little bit of room. But Juarez denying them that.
Juarez, who's been around since 2001. Chris John for 11 years, since 98. It's the time that he needs to shine, though, John, in front of the American audience for the big paydays ahead.
Yep, Juarez landing the jab now. Right hand from him, much better from Rocky Juarez.
Yeah, that was a good punch from Juarez. And John on the back foot.
Well, I think maybe John does have a stamina problem, and the story about the infection last time is maybe just that, a story, because the same thing's happening. He's beginning to sag a little bit the longer this goes. Jab again from Juarez, which wasn't even coming close to landing in the first few rounds.
It's possible, too, he may have left the American adventure a bit late, Chris John, that his best work was a couple of years ago, and that the long, hard fights are catching up with him, just ever so slightly.
Juarez still prepared to take the initiative every second, drive himself forward. And I reckon John is the one struggling a bit in this round.
Becoming another tale of two halves. He really looked like he had nowhere to go, Juarez, after 4 or 5 rounds. But he has got on with his aggression to tighten things. Is it, Jim, more of a case of John letting this slip?
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't seem to have the same energy levels. And certainly not the energy levels you would expect from an experienced world champion. So certainly his work is nothing like as good as it was in the first 5 or 6 rounds, whereas Juarez, he's keeping his pace going nice and steadily.
You know what Rocky's doing? Rocky's sitting back.
I want you though, okay? Look at me. I want both hands moving this round, okay? Look, dig, you gotta dig them shots, okay? Dig them shots. Hard run. Come on, let's go, baby. Let's go to work.
Mike Tyson at ringside, still loving to attend the boxing. Did the prize fighter draw for us the other day, Jim? That was a bit special, wasn't it? 9 minutes left of the rematch. WBA featherweight title, long-time holder Chris John. But Rocky Juarez with a left hook there, and he has come on strong in the last few sessions. This is a real drive from Juarez. It's good to see.
Yep, the jab working for Juarez now. He's got his chin down, his forehead forward, so any punches that come his way, he's able to walk through them. John, still the one looking a bit uncomfortable. That was better.
There's still the classy work from John in the cameos, but a nice right hand from Juarez, not allowing him as much room. He's grabbed the center of the ring, Rocky Juarez, and it's a terrific effort.
Well, he's got the jab working, which really is a shock against such an elusive man there. The spoiling and the holding again done by John. Kind of arm punches we're seeing from John now. You know, he's not putting the leverage, the snap into them.
He's always had a good jab. Juarez, he went 67 undefeated in a row as an amateur. And you need a good jab in the unpaid ranks. Gulp of air from John as he goes back in.
A couple of tired-looking punches from John as well. Well, not a lot of quality in this round, but another solid jab from Juarez. John back with an uppercut. Well, when the action's as close and as tight as this, it's just a case of go for what you prefer. And I like Juarez in this round. The jabs have been good, putting punches together. He still has a solid look about his work. Whereas John really looks to be floundering a little bit.
Right hand from Juarez, more meaty than the combination from John. Yeah, swinging and hoping a bit. It's falling apart, Chris John. Not what he was doing in the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Yep, his boxing is really disjointed at the moment. Okay, he's having to dig in. It's a tough battle. But he's having to dig in to keep himself in there. And it looks as though this round is going to level them up on my card.
It's another good battle. We were promised an excellent card, and we're getting one.
You got to be first in there, okay? You have to be first. Look, you got to start loading up on the shot. Sit down on your punches now, okay? But let them go. Just throw 4 or 5 punches in a row, and you will see.
Well, you've got it level with 2 to go.
All square, and at the moment Juarez looks to be in the driving seat. This is the man here who has to dig in and get the quality back to where it was several rounds ago.
You're going to jab, you're going to move, you're not going to fight. You're going to put that hard right hand in. I want this round for Maria Luna, all right? You're going to give it to me? Go! Come on.
Well, he's revving Christian up, Craig Christian, and he needs to. 6 minutes to go.
And there's too much grease on his face. He's not actually doing the fighter a favour because it looked as though it was in his eye. Just a little bit of rushing as the bell was about to sound in the corner there.
Rocky Juarez, well, if he's ever going to become a world champion, he's got to put absolutely everything into this, and maybe the judges will agree with his style. You just can't predict what's going to happen.
A good right hand from John, followed by a left hook. Well, the corner have got through to him. He knows he has to improve.
Interestingly, Jim, I'm just hearing your old friend Harold Lederman, who scores it for our American colleagues HBO, has it 99-91 for Chris John.
Well, I think that's a little bit unkind to Juarez, certainly over in the second half of the fight. Okay, in boxing, you score what you see, but certainly that is unkind to Rocky Juarez.
Always going to be subjective. Tyson Fury, John McDermott the other night back home springs to mind. John trying to drive out the hooks.
Well, he's been asked, his corner have implored him to respond. He's trying to do that here.
I mean, the better boxing has been from John, but Juarez with the grit and fire.
Yeah, and the non-stop work rate. And I think John at times has been a bit fortunate not being punished for holding. But he's digging in here.
You're showing heart, Chris John. He's tired now. He has been floored a couple of times in that 11-year career. And a right hand from Juarez. Can he get him late? Good left hook. And a body shot as well. And a big, deep breath from Chris John, who's got a hold. Well, a knockdown now may be crucial on the cards.
Well, he wants a huge drive in the last minute of this round. I thought John did the better of things early.
Trying to get his combinations going, John. Not as much zip and power as he had before. And physically, he's looking a touch fragile late on here.
Still able to pump out the punches, but Juarez still with a kind of solid look about his work. That was a great little bust there from Juarez. Was it enough to take the round? I don't know. John coming back at him again.
Good session. Looked a bit downcast, Shelley Finkel, just in the second row there. Manager of Rocky Juarez.
Who's this one for? Maria Rosa, Chris? One round you doing for Maria Rosa?
Well, they asked for a response in the previous round and they got it from Chris John. I don't think you could ask any more from Rocky Juarez tonight. He has given everything in just about every round.
Has Chris John just the edge in quality? That left eye looks really bad. It's almost shut now of John. Juarez just rattled him in the 11th, but did he win the session? So many have been tight. This could be split, it could be close, we could even have a draw again. Who knows at the end of this round? But surely Juarez needs another real burst.
Well, I don't think we want another draw. I think these guys are sick of the sight of each other. But having said that, the fans could stand it.
in America might suit Juarez, but remember, Chris John is the champion. Has Juarez done enough to rip away the belt? I'm not sure, Jim.
Well, as you've said, the classy work, he got off to a tremendous start again, John. It's been pretty much the same as the previous fight. I have him 1 point up at the moment. Clash of heads there. First time we've seen Rocky Juarez complain about anything. John is digging in here. Well, showing the qualities that you need to become a champion, but back comes Juarez.
Throwing a great deal of punches, Chris John. Good uppercut, trying to keep Juarez off. The late surge not really happening from the Texan.
See, I think Juarez is doing pretty much what he's always been doing, but in this round, Chris John is digging in. It's the last round, so whatever's left in the tank, pour it out, because quite possibly that's what you need to take the verdict tonight. Certainly it isn't my card.
Showing something different here, Chris John, a champion's heart, attempting to cling on to his world title and keep the American dream going.
Juarez not really landed anything cleanly in this round.
The Mexican colors of the Tex-Mex, Rocky Juarez. He's fought his heart out again, but is he going to come up short? 45 to go.
They're both desperately tired. I think of the two, Chris John is the more tired, but with the fighting heart and the experience. I thought he was going to go over there.
Beautiful shot from Juarez with the left hand. And John, will he go here? A dramatic last 30 seconds. He's absolutely spent, Chris John. And Juarez might just need a couple of clean shots, but has he got enough time?
His legs have gone. One clean shot would do this.
John is about to go. 8 seconds left in what's been another great battle. Uppercut. Juarez, he can't nail him. He can't floor him. And that might be decisive. The bell goes. 24 rounds they've shared. And congratulations to the pair. Who has got it this time?
Well, I have John hanging on to his title. I thought Juarez turned that around. Got it. Maybe just shared the round, but still losing it by 1 point in my card. But what a tremendous effort. He looked one punch away from a sensational result there.
So much effort from the pair again. Heart from Chris John as well as early classy skills, but how close was Juarez?
Well, I have at 1 point, can't get it much closer than that, but that's the punch that nearly changed, turned the whole thing around. And at this stage of such a tough 12 rounder, there's nothing left in the tank. If he only had touched down then, that may just have been what Rocky Juarez needed, but he could not have put any more into this. Looking forward to what the judges see this time. I have the champion just by the skin of his teeth hanging on to his title, but I would not argue with whatever the judges come up with. So many of the rounds were so tough and so close.
Harold Lederman of HBO has it 117-111 to Chris John. There's the smile. Juarez downbeat.
Yeah, but I feel that scoring is a little bit unkind to Rocky Juarez. Okay, again, he was outboxed in the first half of the fight, but huge effort in the second half, tightened things up. But John, for me, just showed a little bit of character. I had him winning the last round, and then the shellacking he took in the last 3/4 of a minute or so, the amount of punches he took probably just leveled the round off. But I still have him just clinging on to his title.
Adelaide Bird, Glenn Hamada, Herb Santos, 2 from Nevada, 1 from Washington. The Mohican of Rocky Juarez, a new haircut this week as they work on Chris John's eye. They couldn't have given it any more. Who's won
Ladies and
it?
gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Glenn Hamada, 114-113. Adelaide Bird, 119-109. Herb Santos, 117-111, all to the winner by unanimous decision. And still, WBA featherweight world champion, Chris the Dragon John.
Two very wide, one tight. It was a close affair. Chris John retains his world featherweight title here in the States.
Well, a fantastic fight, wasn't it? We'll get reaction from Johnny Nelson, from Glenn McCrory and Nicky Piper in just a